Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So let's start chapter first of class 7th textbook, that is nutrition in plants. So what is this nutrition? Nutrition is mode of intake of food and its utilization. What is this nutrition? It is mode of intake of food and its utilization, right? Right. Now question arises, why food is important to us? Why food is important to us? Food is important to us because it gives us energy, okay, for our survival. Food is important to us because it gives us energy, okay, and it is a fuel which drives our body. It is important for growth, repair and maintenance of our body tissues. That's why food is so much important to us. Why food is important to us? Because basically it gives us energy for our survival. So for energy, right? For growth, for repair and maintenance of our body tissues, right? That's why food is important to us. Okay, now carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, minerals, they all are component of food, and those component of food are called nutrients. Okay, and those components of food are called nutrients, right? So in this chapter, we will study about different modes of nutrition through which organisms derive their food. Okay, organisms derive their food. Okay, so basically there are two types of modes of nutrition, right? First one is autotrophic and other one is heterotrophic. Okay, so let's start autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? Autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic. Okay. Autotrophic mode of nutrition is that type of mode of nutrition in which organisms are able to prepare their own food using simple substances, and those simple substances are called raw materials. Okay, autotrophic mode is that mode in which organisms are able to prepare their own food using simple substances. Okay, so those simple substances are called raw materials, and those raw materials are now we will talk about different types of raw materials which help plant in making their food. Okay, so those raw materials are, first one is sunlight. Okay, sunlight is the ultimate source of energy through which plants are able to prepare their food. Sunlight. Okay, other one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide and water. Right. So through these raw materials, plants are able to prepare their own food. Right. So sunlight through sun. Right. Carbon dioxide is taken in carbon dioxide. How plants are able to take carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide from air is taken in through tiny pores. Okay, and those tiny pores are called stomata. Those tiny pores are called stomata. Right. These stomata are what? These are small pores on leaves. Okay, so through these pores, carbon dioxide enters the leaves. Okay, through these pores, carbon dioxide enters the leaves. Right. And other one is water. So through these raw materials, plants are able to manufacture their own food. And there is a pigment called chlorophyll pigment, right? Chlorophyll pigment. So chlorophyll pigment is most important pigment that is present in the green plants. Okay, and through this pigment only plants are able to capture the sunlight. Okay, so green plants have a pigment called chlorophyll pigment, and through this chlorophyll pigment they are able to capture the sunlight, and by capturing the sunlight they are able to produce their own food. Okay, so this process through which plants are able to capture sunlight, okay, and are able to prepare their own food, this process is called photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a process through which green plants are able to manufacture their own food using a pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, so this whole process which I explained you about is a process called photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a process through which green plants are able to produce their own food, right? So this process is called photosynthesis. Photo means, if we disintegrate this word is made up of two parts, photo and synthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means production. So production of food through light. Which light? Sunlight. Okay. So green plants are able to do photosynthesis. Why? Because they have a pigment called chlorophyll. Okay. Now apart from green plants, green algae are also able to do photosynthesis. Why? Why algae are able to do photosynthesis? Because they also contain a pigment called chlorophyll pigment. Okay, they also contain a pigment called chlorophyll pigment. Okay, so that's why green algae are able to do photosynthesis. They are also called producers or autotrophs. Okay, so this is what autotrophic mode of nutrition was all about. Now we will study heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is that type of mode of nutrition in which organisms are directly or indirectly dependent on other organisms for their food, right? Because they don't have a pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, so they are not able to produce their own food. So example is there is a plant called Cuscuta plant. Cuscuta plant. You must have heard about this plant, Cuscuta or Amarbill. This plant doesn't have a chlorophyll pigment. Okay, that's why it is not able to produce its own food. Okay, this Cuscuta plant climbs on other plant, okay, for its food, to get its food. Okay, it climbs on other plant for its food. Okay, so Cuscuta is what? It is a heterotroph because it is not able to manufacture its food. It is climbing on other plant for its food. So the plant on which it climbs is called a host plant. Okay, the plant on which it climbs, it is called host plant. So now what Cuscuta is doing? Cuscuta is depriving the host plant of its nutrients. Cuscuta is doing what? It is depriving host plant of its nutrient. Okay, that's why Cuscuta is a parasite. That's why Cuscuta is called parasite. Why Cuscuta is called parasite? Because it is depriving the host plant of its nutrients. Okay, it is dependent on other plant for its nutrients. It is climbing on other plant. So that's why cuscuta is a parasite. It is a heterotroph. Right? So the plant on which cuscuta climbs is called host. Okay. So now rest of the chapter we will study in another video. So now stay tuned. Thank you.